He has still a long way to go. He's still a lot of learning to do.
They've lost 3 on the trot. They're due for something.
English goalkeepers were once as steadfast as the goalposts themselves, but in these cosmopolitan times, we have 2 Australians in action this afternoon. On the left, 21-year-old Mark Bosnich plays his 5th consecutive game for Aston Villa, keeping the experienced Nigel Spink on the bench. While on the right, Jason Kearton of Everton, 2 years his senior, starts a Premier League match for the first time because Neville Southall is suspended. The pair have played against each other before in an interstate match between New South Wales and Queensland. Well, Villa are without Gary Parker, who has a rib injury, Steve Froggatt, who's sick, and yet again Dalian Atkinson. So number 2 Earl Barrett plays in midfield, number 8 Neil Cox at right back, and number 11 Stefan Beinlich starts a senior match for the first time. Everton have 8 senior players injured, but Mo Johnston is back in the starting lineup to share attacking duties with Peter Beardsley and Tony Cottee, who's scored 5 goals in the last 5 games. Tony Ward of North London, the referee, and some debate in the Villa dressing room as to how Everton in white were going to play formation-wise. From the kickoff, it looks as though Jackson has moved inside as a 3rd central defender with Watson and Ablett. Vajika in the right-back position, and Sansom, of course, at left-back. Villa with Jackson there, who played for the under-21s, or came on as a sub at Luton on Tuesday night. He looks to be playing more central today. Header by Cox. This is Barrett. Now Yorke. Jackson away from Beinlich. This is Vajika. You really lose count of the national in Premier League games these days. We had a poll up against an East German there. 2 Australian goalkeepers, a striker here from Trinidad and Tobago. It's never ending. Here's a good old Geordie, Kevin Richardson. Houghton. Chipped in for Yorke. Oh, goodness, Jackson was the only defender with the 2 Villa strikers in there. And this is Houghton. Here comes Richardson. Beinlich. Rather like his compatriot Brightkreutz, Beinlich is better on his left foot than his right. And this didn't fall on the better one for him. It's Ray Houghton who gets the cross inside of the foot. Matt Jackson with the header out. Kevin Richardson with the challenge. And then way, way wide by Beinlich. Yorke chasing with Jackson. Here's Staunton. Yorke, Barrett. To his right, Cox. Well done by Cox. Off the post and in. Neil Cox scores only his 2nd goal for Aston Villa, his 1st in the Premier League, and well set up here by Earl Barrett. And look at the way Cox brings this inside Kenny Sansom. Left foot shot would have wrong-footed the goalkeeper perhaps in that corner, and it went in off the post. Well taken by a player who's functioning in the right back position this afternoon. Quickly taken by Beinlich. This is Teale. And they're putting a lot of pressure on Kenny Sansom here, Aston Villa. And that's Barrett! Here. 1 week it's Saunders, and now it's Earl Barrett. 17 minutes gone, corner of the penalty area. for Aston Villa is an absolute gem. Here's Majika on the break for Everton. Goodness me, this is the place to come if you want to see exciting action. And a shot from Earl Barrett, hooked beautifully in the far corner. I don't know whether Atkinson's getting a bet on there for goal of the season, but there have been a few candidates from Villa this particular campaign. Forward by Staunton. There goes Dwight Yorke. Watson's with him. Whistle had gone. Foul. Kenny Sansom's had a torrid opening 20 minutes here. They're thundering down this right-hand side at him. He'll need some cover, and there's nobody, in fact, in fairness to him, in front of him for Everton, the way they're playing. Johnston goes inside. Here's Ablett. Horne. Beardsley. Oh, Sansom, a great little run on the left, and it's Sansom in here. Oh, and past the keeper. And then, penalty. Ray Houghton on Kenny Sansom. And Houghton faces Sansom up and says that he dived. The first thing to be said is he got past the goalkeeper, and then what happens? Well, the ball had gone. Houghton claimed no contact. Sansom went over. And the ball is on the penalty spot. Well, we've got some drama here at Villa Park. Peter Beardsley. Referee watching for the encroachment. Easily converted by Beardsley. Everton's top goal scorer takes his total into double figures for the season. Placed the penalty well out of the reach here of Mark Bosnich, who went the wrong way. And Everton, after 23 minutes here, cut the lead to 2-1. Cox. Houghton. Saunders. Yorke comes into the space, found by Staunton. Everton didn't close him down. Richardson. Yorke's gone again. Goalkeeper off his line. Oh, and brilliantly cleared from Barrett's foot by Sansom, I think. Well, Kenny Sansom, after an uncertain start, has made two major contributions now. This is Dwight Yorke. The goalkeeper's nowhere. And look at that, the left foot of Sansom, who was second favourite there to Barrett by a mile. And he scooped the ball out from nearly on the line. Houghton. And now Yorke goes inside Watson, and again they haven't picked him up. And again the first time shot from Villa. Well, the centre-backs are looking at each other there, and glad that Sansom got the last one out. There goes Saunders. Here's Johnston. Sansom. Richardson. Ablett. Cox. Villa again with 5 players forward, and Everton are again a man short in defence. Here's Dwight Yorke. No, offside. That was up. It's Cox who plays it through, and that must have been a tight decision for the linesman on the far side, Barry Horne. But the flag was up. Staunton again uses that space so intelligently and powerfully. The cross is too deep, really, but Yorke will retrieve it. Barrett. Houghton just inside. Only Saunders in the middle at present. There he is. That was enough! was a touch on it from the keeper. Well, it certainly hit the post. And this is the momentum again, supplied by Richardson. Staunton. Houghton. Foul by Richardson on Jackson. Here's Yorke. And Earl Barrett waiting for Cox. Oh, Johnston challenged behind. Referee waved away the appeals. No Villa player, in fairness, rushed towards the ref on that one. But that's a bad challenge. That's Snodin on Richardson. That will be punished. It'll be a yellow card for Snodin, but this was the penalty appeal. Cox goes past Sansom, and Johnston put his foot out, and having seen it from that angle, maybe he didn't play the ball, but the referee thought the intent was to do that and allowed him the benefit. And a free kick taken by Houghton. Yorke's in there. Here's McGrath. Teale. Well, it's an appetising a la carte menu at Villa Park these days in a football sense. And the first course today presented a tasty first goal from Neil Cox, but a chef's speciality from Earl Barrett. Everton came back with a disputed penalty converted by Peter Beardsley. The crowd hooting a little because there was a penalty appeal at the other end turned down, but we await the second course with interest. Well, Ron Atkinson's team back in August lost at Goodison Park 1-0, and at that stage had played 4 Premier League games and was still looking for their first win. Here they are today, kicking off for the second half, leading the table at the start of play, and the top scorers as well. And now attacking the Holt end. And already Jackson's clearance sends the ball out of the ground. Here's Teale, Staunton, and Beinlich hadn't read that at all. Interesting situation regarding foreign players now. Premier League team field 3, or have 3 in the squad for a game, and the fact that Ron Atkinson's got an Australian, Dwight Yorke from Tobago, and Beinlich playing means he couldn't name Breitbreutz as one of the subs. Cox stealing up again on the far side. Corner. Staunton goes across to take it. McGrath comes forward. Teale's there as well. Saunders at the back post. He gets so many from that position. Beinlich. Well, Beinlich shot, but on these corner kicks, Dean Saunders stands at or beyond the far post, and it's funny how many times the ball comes to him. It's Staunton who lofts the kick, keeper backpedaling, and it hit Matt Jackson on the back from Saunders. Well, Howard Kendall has twice changed his formation here this afternoon. Started off with Jackson as a central defender. He and Colin Harvey have switched him now to right back orthodox, and then he took off Vajika, which I think was tactical. And at the moment, Barry Horne has come to the right-hand side of midfield, and Maurice Johnston has dropped back to the left side of midfield. Forward by Watson. Cotty gets a touch. Out it goes to Johnston. Horne. They've got 4 smallish forwards out there, Everton, now. They've got to play to feet. This is Beardsley. And one for Aston Villa by Beinlich. He and Jackson still picking them as Saunders moves away. Richardson. Saunders again. In it will go to Houghton. Barrett looking on the left to get free. So too is Staunton here. Cox moves up from right back, way beyond on the far side. Staunton, left foot. Houghton. Oh. Well retrieved by Earl Barrett. Cox. Villa passing it. Beinlich tries to get it in. They're moving the ball around, and in doing so, they're moving the Everton players around. Here's Richardson. Still got a foot in. Cox. Good play again. It's Dwight Yorke out there. Saunders has hung back here. Saunders! Johnston now playing one left. That's a good long ball from him to Barlow, and he got the edge on Teale there. And Barlow locks it beautifully, and maybe deserved better. That was an enterprising individual effort from the substitute Stuart Barlow, and beautifully found by Johnston with the pass. Went for the chip over the keeper, Bosnich, and it dropped just over the bar. But a tidy piece of play here by Everton. It was given away by Cottee, and Dwight Yorke on a run, finds Barrett. Can he square it to Saunders? Oh, he's overhit it, but Saunders still gets it. Now Barrett pulls back, headed out by Watson, but the first ball in had to be a little bit tighter for Dean Saunders to latch onto. And here's Barlow at the other end. Oh, Cottee pulling away far post now, away from McGrath, but he wasn't able to get to that. Well, there was 60 seconds of football there, where a goal might have emanated at either end. Intercepted by Cox, who tries to release Yorke. Oh, and Ablett's header fell for Saunders. Now he's looking left, and it's Beinlich who's making the run here. First time shot! Oh, well saved! And Stefan Beinlich hit it perfectly. Took it on the full from Saunders' cross, and it looked to be going in the far corner, but Jason Kearton responds well. Corner to Villa. That's Teale. The two goalkeepers could be in contention for a World Cup place. Australia have got to play New Zealand in the qualifying group soon. Barrett. Saunders. Houghton. He wants width, there wasn't any. Goes the other way. Yorke, now there is. Staunton. Snodin clears for Everton, who is still in the game. With a little over 10 minutes left, and it was Teale who put Barlow on the track. And Snodin has gone to have a word with Teale. And there's some reaction here. The referee is coming over. The linesman will be consulted. It was a strong challenge by Shaun Teale. Everton are complaining. Barlow is back on his feet. Linesman's had his say, Mr. Walsh, and Teale will be spoken to by Tony Ward. Indeed, he'll be booked. Yellow card. And Staunton shouldn't react like that, really, or he'll get booked as well. Now, this has sent the mercury a bit higher on the thermometer, I must say. And Saunders has taken the throw, and Jackson was off the pitch. And this is Beinlich. They've got two scampering up. It's Houghton now. And it floats wide. Now, the Everton players are surrounding the referee, and there's going to be trouble again. What happened there was Saunders took the throw in before Everton were really ready. Matt Jackson wasn't even on the field of play, and somebody on the Everton side has spoken out of turn. David Watson, the captain, is trying to calm it down, but it's too late for somebody. I think it's Cottee. This is dissent. Beardsley has a word as well with the referee, who is a bit stretched here now. Tony Ward has booked 4 players, 2 in the last few seconds. Teale. 2 anxious whistles coming now from the Villa fans. Headed forward by Houghton. Watson looks for an up and under, but the ball in the wind drifts away to the far side where Cox lets it run out. Referee has checked with both his linesmen. Horne and Aston Villa, to a loud roar, retain the leadership of the Premier League. Again, I'm sure both managers will agree, which was effectively won and lost in the first 20 minutes when Villa went 2 up, and then Everton got 1 back, and the second half was a good battle, but neither side could add to the score. And Messrs Atkinson and Kendall, good friends, go off together, one to try to win the championship, the other, after 4 consecutive defeats, to try to keep Everton out of a relegation battle.
You are looking at the minute at a lengthening injury list. I know you've got 8 players out, but how serious do you see your league position being now?
Well, it is serious. I think that what is disappointing, actually, that you're feeling for all Evertonians out there. They're not accustomed to being, or their club being in a position that it is in the moment. And, I mean, the players have got to pick up the importance, and as well as everybody at the club, that we are in trouble near the table, and the sooner we pick up points, the better.
Well, they've obviously got their problems, but Villa are not only being successful at the moment, but they're a delight to watch, aren't they?
Well, they're at home, they're direct, they play with pace, good passing, good movement, and what they do is they shoot in sight. You would have thought that Villa Park would be bursting at the seams whenever they play at home.
Well, they did pretty well today, 32,000, but as you say, they have been struggling for crowds up till now. You've got 1 or 2 penalty incidents, or non-penalty incidents, to reflect on for us.
Yeah, this is the first penalty incident that Beardsley plays it through, Sansom runs onto it, Bosnich comes out, he blocks it, Ray Houghton comes with what I thought was a rash challenge, but you can see there that there's no contact made at all. This is the second one. Cox runs at Kenny Sansom, gets a break of the ball, runs into the box. Morris Johnson comes in what I would say is a forwards tackle, and I thought that was definitely a penalty. Now this is a bizarre incident, to say the least. Barlow's got the ball here, Shaun Teale comes in with a tackle. It really was a bad tackle. There's no way Shaun Teale is a dirty player, but that was ex-certificate stuff, and I really can't see what they're arguing about. It's a free kick for Everton, a booking for Teale. Now watch what happens next. Saunders just going to pick the ball up in a minute. You'll see him just see a number 9 taking the ball off the referee. The Everton players are still expecting the free kick. Saunders takes it quickly. Aston Villa are on the attack. It comes to nothing, but you can imagine the repercussions there if Villa score. There's a court inquiry what went on there, and I just don't know what happened.
They've entirely forgot the free kick. The referee forgot.
Everybody did.
Everybody did.
Apart from the Everton players. I mean, it was quick thinking by Saunders, grabbing the ball and taking the throw-in. Yeah. But he should never have been allowed to get away with it.
He's a bit tricky, Dean.
Tricky man.
Now, twice already this season they've had goal of the month, Aston Villa, with Daly and Atkinson. I think they're going for it almost every week.
Well, as I said before, they're shooting sight. You know, they're shooting from 25, 30, 35 yards, and they're all having a go. And this is Barrett's goal. Really just a long ball, a long punt. Kenny Sansom, a bad header. And it's Barrett this time. Hits it, edge of the box, goes in the back of the net. And this would have been goal of the month if it had gone in. Another long ball forward, mistimed header by Ablett. Saunders does well, good first touch. And watch him, he's on his own, but he looks up here, sees Beinlich coming, waits again, then hits a 40-yard pass straight to his feet. He hits it in the half volley. Doesn't just get it right, but still rings it. A very good save from Jason Kearton.
Did well to keep that shot down, though.
Well, if he had hit it right, you know, and it had flown in, it'd been goal of the season.
One of the things we've spotted, Trevor, this season is some of the pitches have improved, and Villa's has in particular, which allows them to play nicer football.
Well, I think Old Trafford and Villa Park are perhaps 2 of the worst pitches playing surfaces, and with Villa and United playing, you know, a passing game.
They kicked off 15 minutes later.